This is the start of the third week of President Trump's term, and his managing by conflict style that we saw during the campaign appears firmly in place at the White House. Not everybody working there considers that a success, but many do. What does President Trump, however, think about how things are going? CNN White House correspondent Sarah Murray is live for us. And Sarah, the Trump White House can point to a seamless Supreme Court nominee rollout and also a very messy travel ban executive order, to say nothing of these tweets. What's going on behind the scenes?
Well, Jake, by all accounts, the Trump administration can point to a very busy, very active first 2 weeks in the White House. But Donald Trump pulled those off while there were turf wars playing out among his staffers and while he was causing a whole lot of heartburn for official Washington. Now, some of the Trump administration insist that they are changing course, but those who are hoping Donald Trump will change may come up disappointed.
President Trump's top aides are taking pains to insist everything's going smoothly in the West Wing.
We're a very tight group. You know, we all lived in the foxhole together.
In a whirlwind 2 weeks, Trump has delivered on many of his campaign promises.
We'll begin immediate construction of a border wall.
But he's done so with chaos churning in the background. The president faced backlash for putting Chief Strategist Steve Bannon on the Principals Committee of the National Security Council. The Muslim ban has got to go! And the rocky rollout of Trump's travel ban was panned, even by his close allies, who say he wasn't well served by his advisors.
The president has a structure inside the White House with three folks who are predominantly in charge of operations at the White House, Mr. Bannon, Mr. Kushner, and Mr. Priebus. I think anyone who looks at this knows that it could have been and should have been done better.
While Vice President Mike Pence acknowledged there were some missteps.
We'll concede that sometimes the usual Washington niceties of informing members of Congress were not, fully implemented.
It's all part of a learning curve for Trump and his team. Advisors say the president didn't realize how controversial it would be to put Bannon on the Principals Committee. And with the travel ban now embroiled in legal challenges, Trump has tasked Priebus with ensuring future agenda items are implemented smoothly.
Rights is fantastic.
But sources tell CNN the Trump administration is putting more energy into downplaying reports of staff fighting than actually solving tensions that persist between Priebus, Bannon, and others in the West Wing. Those tensions may put Trump's GOP allies in Washington on edge, but there's little sign they bother the president. This weekend, he tweeted, "I call my own shots, largely based on an accumulation of data, and everyone knows it." Trump is often the driving force behind the cycles of chaos, then calm, that were all too common in his presidential campaign. The big challenge for his team, moderating the impulse to act first and deal with the fallout later.
Donald Trump doesn't have the same filter that Barack Obama or George W. Bush had. That can be a strength to communicate his message directly to voters. It obviously also caused a great deal of concern amongst White House aides and the press operation. That's where they need to do the job of cleanup on aisle 5.
Now, President Trump thrives in a tumultuous environment, but that's not necessarily true of everyone he surrounds himself with. Sources tell me a number of former campaign staffers, in fact, are opting for jobs in government agencies, even as slots remain unfilled in the West Wing, because they just cannot bear to be this close to what one person described to me as the West Wing circus. Jake?
Chaos theory. Sarah Murray, thank you so much.